Alrighty. We're in a new place.
What's up, everybody? You're listening to the Hustle and Flowchart podcast with your boys, Matt Wolfe and Joe Fier.
Well, we're in the same place. We're
Newish.
trying to find a location in LADZ City right now.
We are, yes. Why are we doing that, Matt?
Right now, we're
What's
stuck
the
in
deal?
San Diego.
Oh, it's horrible here.
So, but real estate's hard to find in LADZ City, so we're working on it right now.
Yeah, some big changes. This is a new thing for us. So we're only 430 episodes into the Hustle and Flowchart show podcast
Only.
but the first of many at LADZ City.
Yeah.
So that's what's happening. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, there's going to be people here that have been listening to Hustle and Flowchart for a while that are now getting exposed to LADZ City, and there's people that are in LADZ City that are like, who the hell are these guys? And that's what this episode is going to be about, is who the hell are these guys? We're also going to talk a little bit about some of the cool things that we're seeing in the crypto NFT world, and
We're going to talk about our vibe, our tribe. I know that much.
yeah, we are.
So there's a lot of folks that don't know who we are. My name is Joe. Or Joe Evolved. I don't know what I'm going to go with yet, but my name is Joe Fier.
His crypto name is Joe Evolved. I'm eFlow.
Also
known as Matt Wolfe.
That's right.
Anybody listening to the Hustle and Flowchart podcast only knows me as Matt Wolfe, but anybody in the crypto world knows me as eFlow.
So this episode's going to be a little different, and we're going to tell you a little bit about ourselves if you don't know us yet. A lot of the folks at LADZ City don't yet. But, we have a lot of listeners and watchers from Hustle and Flowchart, our existing show that's just getting carried over and evolving into LADZ City and the Web3, NFT, crypto, all that fun stuff. And it's exciting.
Yeah, I mean, so we've been in the digital marketing space for the last decade plus two.
Long time.
Right?
Feels long.
12, 13 years we've been doing digital marketing, internet marketing kind of stuff. We got lured over to crypto finally in 2017, really. That's when we kind of really started to go deep on it, was 2017. But we've been in the orbit of crypto since 2011.
Yeah, man. If only we actually took action in 2011. So
Yeah.
crazy times. Yeah, we were exposed to Bitcoin back in the day when no one knew what the heck Bitcoin was and mining and all of this. And unfortunately for us, it just went whew.
Yeah, I think so. In 2017, we were really into the altcoin kind of thing, doing a lot of trading there, and Joe had an incident with
Got some stuff hacked.
some security issues.
Yeah, so that gave me a little bitter taste for a little bit. That was my own fault.
Yeah, and I think we really got reinvigorated through our podcast, Hustle and Flowchart podcast. We had Joel Comm come on the show, and he really broke down where NFTs are going and the use of NFTs. And I think that Joel Comm episode was really a catalyst of us going, well, you know what? Let's really just go all in on this stuff. This is what we love researching, talking about, doing. We don't want to do all of the other stuff we used to be doing. We don't want to be selling courses anymore and doing affiliate marketing and running paid ads and figuring out SEO. And, we're going to be doing some of that stuff with LADZ, but we really, really want to be deep immersed in the crypto space all the time, the NFT space, the DeFi space. There's just too much going on. It's moving so fast. It's such the forefront of it right now that we've been paying attention to it, but now we figured it's time to tell our audience, you should be paying attention to it as well.
And perfect opportunity. The guys at LADZ, were gracious enough to give us a slot in the network in LADZ City. So you're going to see us on Mondays at 1 o'clock Pacific time. The plan is to go live ASAP. This one's recorded. Yeah. But we are going to be coming at you live every Monday at 1 p.m. And then for Hustle and Flowchart folks, it's still going to be on all the normal channels, probably a day after. And then we have some plans to mix in some other content on our channel as well.
You're probably watching this episode going, okay, well, LADZ City has quite a bit of shows on it already. There's all sorts of shows with alpha around what NFTs to get into right now, what games to be paying attention to, stuff like that. You've got NFT Live, you've got the
Art Start Now.
You've got Nifty Q, you've got LADZ City Radio, you've got all of these places where they're just
Fun Uncle.
You got Fun Uncle. He's doing a lot of this stuff with the altcoins and things like that. You've got a lot of these really, really cool places to get alpha on NFTs. And with our show, we plan on giving you alpha as well. You're going to definitely hear about some inside information that you can act on quickly. Nothing's financial advice, as you've probably heard on every other YouTube channel. We don't give financial advice. We never will. We'll talk about what we're excited about right now and kind of point you in the direction, but you obviously do your own research on stuff. But what we really want to do with this show is we want to give you a deeper foundational understanding of the things underlying all these concepts, right? We want to help you understand why that NFT that you bought went down in price and help you prevent getting into those NFTs in the future. We want to help you understand why this NFT skyrocketed when other similar ones didn't, right? So that you can use the alpha that's coming at you, make your own decisions, and be more informed. We want to create that base layer foundational education for you. And so to do that, we're going to be having guests on each week where we're going to deep dive with them. We're going to find out all of the fundamentals of the business. We're going to deep dive into the roadmaps of these projects. We're going to deep dive into the people behind the projects so that we can feel comfortable getting into them, knowing that the person behind it actually cares. You know, we're going to do these really deep dives with these guests, and then we're also going to break down the foundational, fundamental things that you need to understand to be successful in this space. Because, yeah, you can go and buy and flip NFTs and make some good money doing it, but if you don't necessarily know why they're going up or why they're going down, or the DAO that's behind it, or the additional airdrops, or the long-term implications with other DeFi or other software products, if you don't understand that kind of stuff, you're probably not going to have longevity in this world. You're just going to have some quick wins. We want to help get you that longevity, and that's the point of this show.
I dig it, man. Yeah. Here. Yeah. Here.
Oh, you'll also find that we both tend to go off on like rants. So expect
we like
rants.
To do that. Yeah. So people have told us, if you're new to us, a lot of folks like to kind of be the fly on the wall. Mm-hmm. So with interviews, when we interview, like most of our podcast episodes have been interviews. Mm-hmm. And I feel like we like to play, I want to say the dumb guys, but we are researched enough to ask the right questions. And we like to bring in the smartest people in our network onto our show. So that's exactly what we're going to do here.
This isn't one of our normal episodes. This is sort of an introductory episode. We wanted to introduce who we are and talk about why we're so excited about it, give a little insight into our past story. But we didn't want to go too deep because Hustle and Flowchart, like Joe said, we have about 425 episodes now. So if you really want to know who we are and the behind the scenes.
We've said it before.
You can go all the way back to 2017 and see the episodes where we were talking about altcoins and crypto and stuff back in 2017. It's all still publicly available. So this is not one of those normal episodes. Typically, a typical format, we're going to have an interview and then we're going to share the things that we're really lit up about right now. So that's going to be the typical flow. This one's just kind of a, hey, this is who we are. Let's chat a little bit.
Hi. Yeah, man. So this graphic we're looking at right now is one of the earlier things that we both came across on Twitter. I forget who exactly posted it initially. This is basically showing the adoption of how NFTs can really show up in the world in general. And right now, maybe the arrow is a little bit more to the right.
Yeah, I would say we're right before it was collectibles and art. I think we've kind of passed the art, and now we're the arrow could be in multiple places, right? Because we're definitely seeing gaming pop up. We're definitely seeing brands. We're going to be talking about brands a little bit on this episode.
Yeah.
We're definitely seeing it in the metaverse and culture. I mean, New York City, NYC NFT, NFT. I don't know the
Come on, man, you should know these
whatever that event
NFT
was called.
NYC,
how was that not a massive cultural event, right? So we're seeing. So this arrow right here is accelerating down this thing very, very quickly. Off-chain assets. We're gonna talk about that too.
Yeah, I know. This is what's crazy because I looked at 2030. I was like,
Yeah, their timeline's a little longer than reality.
Saying all that, though, I really do think all of us are on the inside. We're much deeper than the general public is on NFTs. So, we are seeing stuff. Like I've seen Martha Stewart drop NFTs now. I would say she's more like here. She's over here.
Yeah, brands, culture.
Branding culture. But at the same time, it's like she's probably not making a massive wave with that. There's a lot of brands, I would say, that are, we're probably going to see sprinkles of, obviously Metaverse has been getting talked about and there's applications, but still it's not totally adopted yet. So I think that what this is talking about is the adoption of this mainstream. So I think I think we're still pretty dang early, in the general scope of things. So I think it's smart for us to kind of take a step back sometimes.
Yeah, that is very true. We definitely start to think when we're so immersed in this stuff, we get into this headspace of why isn't everybody paying attention to it? This is going to change the world. This is everything. Everybody's going to be talking about this next week. But then we kind of bring ourselves back to earth and go, this is the early days. We're still in the Wild West.
Yeah.
Like, people are still trying to figure this out. The government's been trying to figure out how to get a handle on it for over a decade. I mean, we were in crypto back in 2011-ish. We didn't own any back then, but we were talking to people about crypto.
Discovering it.
We were discovering it back then. And back then, people were talking about the regulations that were popping up and how the government's going to try to shut this thing down and all of this kind of stuff. Here we are a decade later, and all the same FUD is still popping up.
Good point. Yeah, man. So this space moves so fast, and that's why it feels like this era could be up here by now. Because I feel like there's a point to be made that it is
off-chain governance.
I know.
As of today,
already.
we were reading a news article about how Miami is making Miami coin. That is off-chain governance in practice right now, and it's not 2030.
Nah. So it's all happening, and I really do think this timeline is going to be sped up into a handful of years. And it'll just keep iterating itself, I think. But this is just a cool spectrum to show you kind of where it's going based off of assumptions from other things that have been adopted in technology and stuff over the years. That's where like the context was of this thing. So all that to say is this graph helped us kind of see the scope of NFTs and where things are headed. So this is the kind of stuff we want to pass to you.
For sure. Which one of these things do you want to go into next here?
Well, tombilyeu from Impact Theory, he was on NFT Live a few weeks ago or whatever it was. And brilliant, it was his founder's key launch. Things like this really help people see the utilities behind a NFT, that is, a potential utilities. So putting this here just more or less for people to kind of grasp, okay, so when you're looking at NFTs, like a lot of NFTs just don't have this stuff. But that's all right. Like, I feel like a lot of this stuff is where NFTs are going to head, though. You're going to see a lot more influencers, people with brands and communities start to translate that into Web3 over here with the use of NFTs and smart utilities that can be built out kind of in real time. Because a lot of this stuff, if you look at it, like, there's early access to things, but most of this stuff isn't made.
Yeah.
You're kind of like future planning a little bit here. And I like Tom's, the way that they line this out just because it's so in depth. And I know Gary Vee's another good example of V Friends.
Yeah, and if you're listening to this on audio right now, go check out LADZ City YouTube channel because all the visuals are going to be on the screen on the video. This is the kind of stuff that we were talking about when so much of the outside world still sees NFTs as like JPEGs. Why can't I just copy and paste those and then I own the image too? This is the stuff that the outside world, the normies, don't get, right? The meat space, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, right? This is the stuff that those people don't get. Is that by buying an NFT, you're not just getting access to this JPEG and hopefully that JPEG goes up in value and somebody else is going to want that art more than you. No, the real value of these NFTs is access. The real value of this NFT is validating access to things. If you own this NFT, you can unlock access to these various members areas. We're going to talk about DAO concepts with NFTs in a minute as well, where if you own this NFT, you can actually earn more money financially into the future. So a lot of NFTs like VFriends and this, the Founder's Key. They're based on access and getting additional access, and that access is validated by having that NFT in your wallet. So if you hold on to a founder's key inside of your MetaMask wallet, when you go to log into like a members area or something, it's going to ask you to connect your MetaMask wallet. It's going to check to see if you have that NFT, and if you do, it's going to give you access. You're already seeing that kind of stuff in Discord right now, right? You're seeing it where you use that collab land tool, right? Where you go and confirm that you own an NFT. It connects to your MetaMask, checks to see if you own it. If you do own it, it gives you a tag inside of Discord, and now you have access to additional areas in Discord, right? They're doing the same thing with like membership access. With like, you're going to start seeing this more and more pop up on websites where you go to a website, it asks you to connect your MetaMask wallet. When you connect your MetaMask wallet, it checks to see you own a token. If you own that token, you get access to the website, right? So that is really where the big value of NFTs is going. Not the only value. That's one of the biggest values of NFTs. There's obviously other implications in gaming and DeFi and all sorts of other stuff, but the JPEG argument, this is the counter argument to like, can I just copy and paste it? Well, you can, but you don't get all of this stuff as well, right? And then you have VFriends where he's actually doing stuff in real life,
physical
validated through these things, right? You get that Gary Vaynerchuk live event. I don't remember what he's calling it.
Yeah, it's something Gary V or VFriends a lot. I don't know.
Something like that. So you get access to that event, but then he also has like rare cards that you can get, and the rare cards get you access to like a ping pong match with Gary V. Sit down for a day and have lunch with Gary V. You actually get real world access to Gary by holding these NFTs. So that's where the big value
stuff.
of these NFTs are, is like the access, but not just access, a better way to validate access, right? Think of like Netflix. How many people have a Netflix account that they share their username and password with family and friends? Hey, I am calling the cops. There's not a great validation to make sure that you rightfully can get access to Netflix.
Yeah,
that is going to change in the future, because now validation over time is going to be more and more tokenized.
And
right?
then you can resell your license to someone else for potentially more if that network
exactly
is rocking and rolling. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
higher value. You become an owner and investor in this thing, and also a user.
Yeah, I mean,
all the above.
Imagine a world, and I'm just using Netflix as an example. I don't know if Netflix is planning on doing this, probably not. But let's imagine a Netflix where you can go and pay $500 one time, and you get access to Netflix, and Netflix checks to make sure you have a token to make sure that you rightfully get access to Netflix. You use Netflix for 2 years, and then you decide, you know what, I don't really want my Netflix account anymore. I'm not using it enough. You can go and resell your Netflix token to somebody else and actually get all of your investment back. So you never lost any money, right? I mean, accounting for inflation, you know, and the token could go down, but if people really want access to Netflix, and there's only a limited access to Netflix, there's only 100,000 people in the world can access Netflix, that value is going to go up if people aren't selling their token.
For sure. Yeah, man. So like on this for the audio as well, just a couple of the big perks that behind Founders Key, just to give you some examples, like free access to contests, to airdrops, to different, you know, opportunities to mint. So basically free access to cool stuff, digital stuff. Then you have early access to other experiences. There's sandbox experience, so there's some metaverse element. There's other minting, whitelist for other drops that are going to happen for NFTs. Exclusive access to Discord channels, merch. Then you have discounts to all sorts of events and other physical merch and other platforms that they have out there, virtual merch. Then you have other perks like avatars, custom avatars, other general things like that. And then partnership perks, which looks like discounts on online stores, at least 15 partners to be announced. And not sure all the details of that, but the point is, like, there's all these different categories you can kind of let your mind go wild with. And this is why I like looking at Tom's, you know, the Founders Key thing here. It's like, it just gets the wheels spinning.
Yeah, and that whitelist on select NFT airdrops, I don't know if people realize how huge that potentially could be. Like getting whitelisted on projects that have, you know, big potential and a lot of momentum behind them is like free money essentially.
Well, yeah. Well, let's talk about that, because that kind of gets into the ENS airdrop that I'm sure a lot of folks experienced. I was not smart enough to get my .eth name in time. I think it was before Halloween.
Yeah.
But tell us about this, because you bought one of these and you scored with this.
I did.
And we know some friends that did too.
So I bought eflow.eth 2 months ago or something like that. I didn't know an airdrop was coming, right? I don't think it was announced. I don't think anybody outside of the internal team knew that an airdrop was going to happen.
Right.
So I was just sitting on this domain, because what these .eth domain names do is they're just a shorter address for your Ethereum wallet.
Yeah, right here. Yeah, it's an address to own them all.
Yeah, so like instead of, hey, send me your wallet, I'll send you some Ethereum, and then you send them this long string of letters and numbers that's very confusing, and if you accidentally, you know, drop one of the letters or numbers when you copy and paste it, you could send to the wrong address, or it could error out or whatever. I can now tell people, hey, you want to send me some Ethereum? Send it to eflow.eth. And by doing that, I just have like an easy, memorizable name to send money to into my Ethereum wallet, right? I saw somebody on Twitter the other day that said like, tell me your Ethereum address without having to look it up. And then the hashtag was like, how to know you bought ENS or something like that.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, it's so cool. And you can see it's linked up to all sorts of different, you know, apps and exchanges, wallets, browsers even. So,
and the day after it released, it was available on Binance, it was available on KuCoin, it was and it's coming out on Coinbase. Like there was some stuff going on behind the scenes leading up to this airdrop, right? So
they had a plan, and I mean, they've been around, I think, for 5-ish years or something like that. So the point we bring this up is like there's an opportunity with what you said, with being on whitelist or getting in and maybe purchasing that utility, even if it's not technically a coin yet or a DAO seeming thing or NFT. It's just like, oh, I'm going to buy this thing because it looks valuable. It looks like it's part of the infrastructure of what's being built on top of all the blockchains. and you just got handsomely rewarded for it for taking action. Hooray.
Yeah, buddy.
Go you, and go you if you did this. Don't go me because I did not do this. So,
well, really, the reason we want to bring it up is because now we're sort of on the hunt for additional opportunities like this. What projects can we get involved in where, if we're lucky, down the line, we'll just get stuff gifted to us, or at the very least,
get in on the action
whitelisted
early.
on stuff.
Yeah, and we have another example of this actually, which maybe other folks can get into.
This will be out before. Well, I mean, you could still get in with other products, right?
Let's talk about it at least, because I think it's interesting. And yeah, other products are always popping around. So you sent this to me last night, and I thought this was very interesting. We'll start with the store.
Yeah.
So let's go to the main site, actually. So if we go here, it's metafactory.ai. I don't know why I was going to say IA. Meta, so META, factory.ai. And essentially, it calls itself a digital physical goods for the metaverse. And what we found here is that, cool, you could buy merch. There's hoodies, there's shoes, there's a shirt. And some of this stuff is sold out, and you'll see why shortly. So Matt and I, and you could explain this, Matt, we bought this shirt. We both got in on one. And at the time, it's still for sale, but...
Well, as of the time of the recording, by the time this is live, it's not,
Yeah, I doubt it.
But there are other things for sale on this site. So you can still go to metafactory.ai and purchase products on the site and still potentially capitalize on this. So we were looking at this WGMI shirt. I just thought it was a cool shirt. I clicked over to the link because I'm like, I like that shirt. I want to get one.
Wag me.
Yeah. It's just a cool design, and I'd wear it on the show. So I came over to buy one, and I was reading the description over here, and I got to this part here. And it says, to pay with crypto, Ethereum mainnet only, add to cart and select Coinbase Commerce at checkout, add your Ethereum address for future robot reward claims and NFT deliveries. You can create an account and add it to your profile. Rewards are retroactive to the set account address, claimable after distribution every 4 to 8 weeks. Basically, if you own this shirt and you give them your Ethereum address when you check out, they're going to airdrop you a digital NFT version of the shirt that you can wear in the metaverse, or you can resell if you want. You can resell the NFT on OpenSea or whatever. You can resell that shirt, but it's a shirt that you can wear in the metaverse inside of CryptoVoxels right now. You can wear that shirt around, but also by ordering through this MetaFactory website, they're actually airdropping these robot reward tokens.
And let's look that up really fast. Let's go to CoinGecko or something.
So they're actually airdropping these robot reward tokens to users of the website, both sellers and buyers of the products, right? So just by buying products on this website and giving them the Ethereum address, you might just start seeing tokens get dropped into your account.
You will.
Well,
so they say.
I haven't seen them yet.
Yeah. But what, 6 to 8 weeks or whatever it says?
And then check this out. These robot coins are worth $121 right now. So if they just drop you one coin, I don't know what the airdrops are going to be. It could be a fractionalized coin. I don't know. But if they drop you one coin and you make $121, well, you bought your shirt for $50. So you buy a $50 shirt, and when you buy the $50 shirt, you get the shirt. They're going to ship it to you, but then you also get a digital NFT version of the shirt that's accessible in the metaverse. I can't talk.
He's so excited right now.
I talk too fast, and then I talk ahead of myself. But you also get robot tokens, which is MetaFactory's governance token, basically.
Exactly. So go back really fast, because this is where the coin is. So I wanted to show this as well. If you want to know about the coin, it's at metafactory.ai/robots with an S. And it's the robot coin or token. So you can kind of read a little bit about it here. We won't go through it all, but yeah, you do get governance. So it is a DAO.
Which basically means, if you don't know what governance is, it basically means that you're going to get some voting rights and help steer the direction based on the ratio of coins you have. So typically, the more owners of a coin, the more votes they get in the various things they do.
For sure. So there's liquidity elements of it, and I haven't dug in all of these things here. There's a curation game. I would suggest to probably get on the updates.
Yeah, I just wanted to show real quick too that, like, if we come over here and we just go back to Shop MetaFactory, that yes, by the time you're looking at this is going to be sold out, unfortunately. But there are other products on here.
That's right. Click in any of these, because there's some other different coins even. Like that are backed by, I don't know if it's like the creator that's attached to the coin or what.
Yeah, I think different creators get involved here. I think they have to be approved. I don't think anybody can just do it. I see a future where they just kind of allow anybody in there.
This internet banking shirt's cool. So if we scroll down on the right, I want to see if it's attached to another coin, because not all of them are. Yeah, this one's not.
So this one doesn't seem to have the thing where it says it's going to give you tokens if you grab this one.
Yeah, so I was clicking around last night, and there are definitely, it's a variety. So you just have to kind of look, and like these are some interesting stuff. Oop. And there's already new things on here since last night when I was looking.
And I don't know, they may just not have that written here, but you may still, we haven't ordered anything but the one shirt we ordered, and on the receipt, it actually said you'll be receiving some tokens.
Yeah, so go back. Let's show the receipt really fast, because this is what it looked like after we got this whole thing.
So down here it says you will receive robot tokens at his Ethereum address in the next reward distribution every 6 to 8 weeks. Future NFT wearables will also be sent to this address. So it did say on the receipt that we're receiving stuff, right? I don't know if some of this other stuff has it as well. I wouldn't be surprised if these are also, attached to some of the tokens and stuff as well. It's just not mentioned. I don't know, though.
Yeah.
So, dig around, do your own research.
Keep an eye on this space, though, because it's an interesting model where, it's the physical, shirts and swag and all that stuff meets metaverse, meets earning on the back with these tokens and whatnot.
Yeah. Well, what's so exciting about this is I didn't necessarily see how NFTs and e-commerce were really going to tie together yet. Like I didn't have a clear picture in my mind. Last night, I went and ordered this shirt. And when I ordered this shirt, it all just clicked. I'm just like, oh, I fucking get it now. I understand how e-commerce and NFTs tie together now. I can buy some. And there's another thing. If you actually dig into the data on this, the website, they actually talk about how like all of the products are going to be like microchipped or something like that. So you can it actually ties back to your NFT. Well, somehow it validates that shirt is really tied to that thing.
Oh, yeah. We could play this, but check out. There's a lot of cool stuff to go in on this. I mean, you could just see.
Yeah. So anyway, like that's what's so exciting to me is we're entering a world where you can go and buy merch from somebody that you want to support, a creator that you really like, that you really want to support. You go buy their merch, and as a result of buying that merch, you actually make more money back as a result of buying that merch than what the merch actually cost you. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen with this shirt. We don't know yet, but
we'll report back.
The concept is there, right? This is exciting stuff where we might one day buy shirts where we know we're going to buy the shirt, get the shirt, and actually get the money back on the shirt and essentially keep the money later.
It makes sense. You're supporting the creator. They're probably making enough on their, it was a $50 shirt. That's more of an expensive shirt than normal,
Yeah.
But you're also getting paid to support this Meta Factory. So that's probably, the DAO that these creators are going to with their swag and able to distribute it on their network. But, I don't know if this coin thing, it seems like it's by select products, but either way, earlier the better. This is one of those examples, again, like ENS, like, hey, there's some opportunities to get in and also dropped some free stuff.
Yeah.
And who knows what it's going to be, but you know what? $50, it's worth an experiment for us at least.
For sure.
Something to keep an eye on is metafactory.ai.
And the ship has sailed on ENS, so if anybody, I know that's probably going to be a question, can I still go buy a domain name and get it? You had to buy it before November, so anybody who bought all the way up to October 31st, I think, got the airdrop. Yeah. Anybody who bought after didn't. So that ship has sailed, unfortunately, for everybody else.
There's
for me,
more to
I
come.
won. But
all right, so one last example we want to cover is an NFT that we both got in on maybe a month ago or so.
Yeah, 6 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was called Crazy Skulls with a Z.
And I'm pretty sure a bunch of lads are in on this. I've seen it come up inside the Discord before. So cool. I think a handful of people are in on this. Now, this isn't a brand new mint that is just now, you can get on board.
No, it's not.
But let's see. If you go to OpenSea, I think they actually might be trading below the mint price at the moment.
Where's their
right
little? There it is.
Yeah. So I think right now, so the mint price on these was what, 0.05?
Oh, there it is.
And you can currently get in at 0.033. So you can actually get in lower than what we got in at mint for. What I liked about it was there was so many different reasons to stay involved. They were really, really good at going, okay, this is coming up next, so stay on board. This is coming up next, so stay on board, right? So the way it worked was you mint a crazy skull. If you mint 3 crazy skulls, then you get one of these mummy tokens, which isn't actually on this roadmap, but it's right here, right? For every 3 skulls you get one of these mummy tokens. For every 1 skull you get one of these cards, and all of these things were rolled out at different times to kind of keep you on board, to kind of keep you waiting for the next thing.
3 weeks apart or so. Yeah, it was incentivizing the holding.
So we basically spent 0.05 ETH per NFT right in the beginning, and yes, now it might be a little bit lower, but I now have double the NFTs because I got 3 of these skulls, and now I have 3 of the cards. Now I have 6 NFTs for the price of 3. And now because I hold 3 of these skulls, I'm going to get 1 of these mummies. Now I own 7 NFTs. For every 1 skull that I own, I also get 1 of these nuclear skulls that is rolling out as well. And so now I'm going to own 7, 8, 9, 10 NFTs from the initial 3 NFTs that I bought. So even if these Bones tokens, these utilities never pan out, I now have 10 NFTs that I could sell for the price of 3. Right?
And you could potentially earn, with all this whole breakdown here, you can start doing the math on whatever you hold.
Yeah, so I've got 3 crazy skulls. That's 5 bones per day, so 15 bones per day. I'll have 1 mummy. That's another 3 bones per day, so I'd have 18 bones. A nuclear skull, I'll have 3 of those. That's 2, so now I'll have... what was my last number? 15.
I don't know.
So
so you have about 19.
So I have 19 bones a day, and then if I hold these cards, these are multipliers. So now I'm really getting 40-ish bones per day or whatever for holding all of this stuff. I don't know what the bones are going to be worth. They might be worth fractions of a penny.
But if we scroll down, it could potentially, if it's going to a fractionalized blue chip, well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So that has the potential to...
That's what creates the value.
That.
That's the underlying value of the assets, right? So these Bones tokens are sort of backed by these blue chip NFTs.
Right.
So if you're ever to sell them, you're going to sell them essentially because people want access to that fractionalized NFT portfolio.
Yeah, man. So this is the stuff where we're looking at and really getting excited with certain NFT projects. And it's interesting to see them get developed later.
Yeah.
Because, it's the community, we always hear, okay, check in on the community, see how that's going. And that's what we've done with Crazy Skulls, even though we've seen the price dip and do all that stuff. We're like, man, the community's always been popping.
Yep.
The mods and the devs have always been great to, like what you just said, incentivize holding, also tell us what's coming in every single week. There's something, there's a giveaway, there's a vote, there's a whatever, there's all these things happening. So these are the projects that light us up.
Yeah, for
even
sure.
though NFT, the markets are slower right now.
Yeah.
But these are the ones where I'm like, man, these are the fun ones to really identify. This is something that we've held on to for over a month now for that reason.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, it really, at the end of the day, these things are on discount. Yes, the prices are dropping, but I think that's because Ethereum's going up in price. People are looking at the US dollar amount versus the Ethereum price going, oh, that's getting pretty hefty. Plus you're seeing gas fees that are costing you more than it cost to even buy the damn thing in the first place. Yeah, you'll pay 0.03 ETH and it'll be a 0.04 gas fee, right? So that's kind of the reason people aren't getting into them as rapidly as they were.
Yeah.
But knowing this roadmap, knowing that you're going to be getting all of these extra incentives over time just for holding on to this stuff, to us makes it worth it to just kind of hodl and just
at this point,
stick with it.
So that's our strategy, and this is what we're looking for, at least on the NFT side. But obviously, it's not just JPEGs and stuff like this. That also applied over here. It's applying over here, to all the meta factory thing.
Yeah, I think we effectively just broke down how NFTs can earn you more money, can cross with e-commerce, can cross with culture, can cross with membership sites, can cross with.
So basically, this whole thing right there.
Yeah,
we kind of covered. Yeah, I think we actually covered gaming a little bit, not so much, but
we'll have more episodes.
We could if we wanted to. Yeah, but brands, culture, metaverse, off-chain assets, off-chain governance.
We talked about all those.
Nailed it. I would say it's a first good episode, eh? So
this is the best episode we've ever done for LADZ City.
Woo!
Hands down, best episode we've ever done for LADZ City.
Ever. Mic drop? I don't want to drop these mics.
Well, these mics can't be dropped.
Nope, can't drop this one.
Yeah.
I tried.
So let's wrap up with a little bit of just kind of a reminder of the sort of game plan here. Again, this is sort of not a normal episode. We will be kind of digging into the things that we're into at the end of most of our episodes, but most of our episodes are going to be more interview based, where we're going to dig into stuff like this, but with a guest. Right? So that's what most of these episodes are going to be. They're going to drop every Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific. The first couple might be recorded, but we're trying to get these to be live with you, interacting with you guys in real time.
We just got to get our production
as soon as possible. Yeah, just got to get the production dialed in.
It's the production side. So, that's why Buff is so dang good, and Uncle as well, Fun Uncle.
Yep.
So props to y'all. You're helping us out.
We're loving the crew over here at LADZ.
The whole crew is awesome. So our vibe, our tribe. I want to see it in the comments. Smash that subscribe subscribe button, the bell, you know how to ding-a-ling that thing. Do all the things that, the boys tell you to do. Just
do them for us too.
Yeah, do it for us too, because we're part of the crew, man, the city.
And if you've been a long-time Hustle and Flowchart listener, thank you. You rock. Welcome aboard to LADZ City. Make sure you subscribe to the LADZ YouTube channel if you're not already.
Find them on Discord too and all that stuff.
Yeah, we're going to be hanging out in that Discord as well. So, thanks for hanging out with us.
Thank you, and we'll see you next Monday.